guys, it's Mzpoly. I am here today. I have actually a little story to tell you. So I'm going to be sharing a little story with you today, but welcome to all new subscribers. If you are a subscriber to my channel, I appreciate you guys for subscribing because it's been a little bit of a back and forth, getting a lot of subscribers and then it kind of slowing down. I just started doing the YouTube channel and, trying to kind of, work my way through this on my own. So it is really sometimes challenging to know what to do. But one thing that I do know is, being consistent is very helpful. So I've been saying this, we're going to this week we're going to kind of probably throw out a few videos that I've been wanting to do since last month, and I didn't really have a whole bunch of time to do, and working on really building up the content that is poly content, and also building up our health sessions and things like that. I've been working on my poly lounge group. I am admin to that on Facebook. So if you guys are interested in poly life, that's a good place to start. I do participate. We do meet and greets and things like that. So we kind of set up all that. So I'm juggling, that and being a mom. So this is kind of what my channel is about. If you guys are new here, talk about relationships. One of the specialties that I do is poly relationships. So we have conversations about those. I try to dual stream sometimes so you guys can hear people ask me questions, answering questions, and giving advice. I'm right now working on getting my certificate for life coaching and health coaching. So that way, even though I'm doing it now, that I also have a certificate to show, that I'm really, trying to do this. So, good luck on that, right? So that's what we're working on. I'm getting things set up. I also went and became an officiant so I can perform wedding ceremonies and things like that. So I'm really trying to get everything together and be prepared for when people ask me to do certain things, I'm able to perform those things for them. So that was really great news. So I'm excited. I'm moving, hopefully not too slow, but trying to make sure I have everything in a row. But today, I was going to bring a little bit of a story to you guys, and you guys can tell me what you think below, share it, whatever you love to do with it. But while we're doing that, I'm also going to just put on my makeup so then I can be prepared to do some more things that I do throughout the day. So I'm just going to put on a little bit of makeup today. But to our story at hand, me living this poly life and having multiple partners, and I ended up really, being who I am, I enjoy having long-term partners. And if I can have long-term partners, even partners that I am done with, I tend to still have relationships with them in some manner. I think because of the way we break up, I always like to break up in a positive fashion. I don't think there's any reason why you can't be positive and move forward. If your relationship doesn't go on romantically, it can still go on maybe as a friendship, and if even not a friendship, cordial situation. So what I did was when I started being poly, I had a partner who lived with me, and we definitely were not on the same page when it came to that. He was more of a lifestyler. I had always been. It never was an issue with me. And I'm more of a poly person. So, there's a difference between the two. So that was one issue. But when I started trying to be poly, get other partners, he misunderstood kind of what I meant by that. And so we had to go through that process and him to understand that, I wanted to have intimacy and have relationships with someone on a mental level, not just sexual level. And so when I started, me and him did not agree upon things, and we do have children. So what we did was, we split up, and We moved on our way. So now, he's been a while and he's been looking for, I guess girlfriends or whatever. And he's a little bit older than me, but he was, dating, and he tells me yesterday that, we told me yesterday that the kids that we have together, that he pays child support for or whatever. He said he thinks he pays too much. And I said, well, okay. Well, I said, why do you think that? And he said, because, every time I try to get a roommate, now I don't know why he said roommate, but whatever. He said, roommate, they have an issue with the amount I pay you. And I said, well, why would they have an issue with the amount you pay me? And he goes, well, because they think I pay you too much and they seem to get mad about it. I said, mad? Why would they get mad, sir? I don't understand. And he's like, because I pay you too much. And I told him, I said, I set this up a particular way. Yeah, I'm sorry if you guys don't like the way I do my makeup. I'm not really like the best at it. I just throw it on. Like, I don't care as much as you think I do. And so I told him that. And he was like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I made sure, first off, when we separated, I said, make sure you had the money to get a place and that you could afford that place. Not just to get a place, but that you could afford the place. And then after that, I made sure that all your bills would be something that wasn't an issue. And I said, and I made sure that everyone could basically live the life we were living before. So I don't get what the issue was. So he tells me then that no, it's because, it's too high. And I kept saying, I don't understand what you mean. So I told him, break it down. So this is what I did. I will tell you what. I broke this down for him. Oh, I look real white today. I broke it down for him. I said, I made sure it was 1/3 of your income. No more than 1/3 of your income. Now we don't have just one child or two. We have 3 children together. So I told him, I said, make sure it's 1/3 of your income. So I said, well, why did you tell them the amount that you made, and then told them how much you actually give me, or did you just tell them how much you gave me, and then tell them how much you made? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, because that matters. Because if you tell them the amount you give me, it may sound high to someone, but if you tell them how much you make, it doesn't sound that high anymore. And he was like, well, I'm just saying I want to live a certain way. And that's when it came out. See, these guys out here, guys. He wants to live away. Now, I've always known this about him. Okay, sorry, let's move the camera. I know this about him. I've always known this about him. He is very upscale. He likes to go to fancy places. He wants to have, these dinners. They're expensive. I mean, I know we were spending, we're not like, we don't have a lot of money. I would even say at that. And he would, sorry if you guys hear that. He would want to spend like every time he got off, which is 2 days a week. He wanted to spend like $150, $200. I used to spend like $300 every week for him to have activities, go out to eat when he was off. And I told him, I said, that kind of stuff that we used to do together was expensive, but he wants to do that and run around, have, pay for girls and stuff. And I told him, I understand that dating's expensive. I get it. These girls want you to take them out. They want to have a good time, stuff. And I said, I get that. But you also have to tell them you have 3 kids. And so this is where kind of what I was telling him is that, I understand we're not together. And, I try to make it as fair as possible. I'm a very fair person. So when we were together, he also wanted me to stay home. He would beg me to stay home. He never wanted me to work, which I of course, did not do. But he wanted me to stay home. He didn't want me to work. And that was another issue, is because you want me to stay home, take care of the kids, and make sure everything's done. He wanted me to have housework and all that stuff. And I did work, because I'm not a housemaker. I'll be real honest with you. I'm more of, I can do a little of both. So I like to do stuff in the house, but I also like to go to work. I like to interact with people. I have fun and do those things. And I like enjoying those things. So what I would tell him is like, you want me to stay home. So you have to think now, since you're not here, you're not helping watch the kids. He doesn't really help watch the kids. Okay. I'm not saying he never sees them. I'm saying he doesn't help watch the kids. So, and he works 13, 14 hours a week. I mean, a day, sorry. So if you're at work all these hours, who's going to parents, these meetings, who's taking kids to doctors? We have one child who's not in school. We have two that are in school. I have to pay for everything that comes with that. Going to take them if they miss the school bus. I'm waking up. I'm going to sleep. I have to make sure if they eat me out of my check. I have to pay for that. And which he already is aware of. That's what I don't understand. Men will be with you. Right? They'll be with you. Sorry, I just said they'll be with you long periods of time. Y'all live with these women. Y'all see how your money is being spent. Now, hopefully, they're spending it properly. They're not going out, and doing all this crazy stuff and you don't have any money. But for the most part, you see what the money's spent on. So when you leave the house, why is it that you think that all of a sudden you don't have to pay for stuff you was paying for before? I'm not talking about paying for my lights. I'm not talking about that. I got that. I can do those things. I'm talking about when it comes to the fact that because your kids live with me and you they could live with you too, but they say we've understood that our kids stay with me and that you're over there. You have a 1-bedroom apartment and all that, right? It's for yourself. You don't have to pay for the lights most of the day. You don't have to pay for the cable because your kids want cable. And I'm going to tell you, if you say you don't want to watch cable, I'll turn this shit off. If you don't want them to have internet, you don't want them to have a phone. First of all, he got his daughter's on her own phone. Because there's things that I told them, I don't think we should spend money on because I'm still accounting for you and what you have to take care of. So if you're paying extra stuff, you can't do the stuff we were supposed to do before. So I think that when parents separate, I do agree that the lifestyle that y'all had together, we try to keep it at least at what it was. Now, I know not everyone can do that, but that's, I would think, is fair that we try to do that. So I'm not saying if he gets more money, oh yeah, let's up the child support. I didn't say that at all. What I said was the amount that you're using to take care of your children on a monthly basis, which was shoes, upkeep. He has 2 daughters, or we have 2 daughters. I mean, hair. He wants me to have their hair done. He wants me, I have to go buy hair, gel, all this. They have lots of hair. One of them likes to take hair out. I mean, hair alone and everything that I would try to even minimize the payment on that. I mean, that's like $100. And that was when I was only doing one to the extent. So about obviously 150. So I was trying to explain to him that I am not taking money from you to have fun. Because what we could do is, what I hear a lot of men say is, tell me what you want, I'll give it to you. And I say, okay. But this is what I say with that. Because I've told him this before. If you want to do it that way, you will pay me more. You will definitely pay me more. I make it a set price so that we don't go over. And so that, I know in my head, hey, you know what? You're only getting $500. So if they want something extra, tell them you can't get it or let their dad or father know, hey, she wants something extra. We may need an extra $50 or something like that. And other than that, whatever. Anything else that comes up in between that's outside of that, I will take care of. You know what I'm saying? Because sports come up, gyms, they want to do all this crap. And he wants them to do these things. And I'm saying there's a cost that you would be paying for, even if you were together. Now, I know people say, well, you lose benefits for not being with that person. No, you lose benefits from not being with that person because you guys are not on the same page. And I think that's a lot of the issue. Now, I understand losing some benefits of being with that person, like having them help you in the house if they were helpful, all that. But financially and those things, when it comes to assisting your children, not me, your children, absolutely not. They should never lose benefits from us not being together. They should never lose their gym that they were going to. They should never lose any of the stuff they were doing before because you were paying for it before. Now, like I said, I understand people's income's a little different. You may have to move things around, but that's why I said to the best of our ability. Yeah, so it was funny to me. The reason I'm bringing the story up is it's funny with me is that there is, obviously someone he's trying to talk to, and they have an issue with me getting the money I get. And the first thing I will always say is, first off, do they know how much you're actually getting paid, and then how much I'm getting? Because I'm not asking you for half your check every 2 weeks. I'm not asking you for that. So that's weird. And then second off, keep my going my makeup and get distracted. And second off, I'm not asking you to do anything you wouldn't do if you were having these kids with you by yourself. And I said, there's other things that I take on too, being a single parent, which is, I have to take kids to places. Like I said, I have to do all this, but I was doing this before. That's why I said nothing really changed. He was always go be at work, and I would take care of all these things. So those things I still want to take care of. So I'm gonna need gas. I was gonna need gas if you were here with me or not. It wouldn't matter. Your child needs to get to places. So yeah. And on top of that, there are things. Let's just be honest. When you get with someone, there's benefits for being with them, like I said before. And one of the things is when we were together, we really focused on making sure that his credit was good, that he was getting building his credit. We were getting things together, all that. We were working on all those things. So in my mind, we've set him up. And unfortunately what I did was I really hyper focused on fixing him up that I kind of neglected myself. So the things I wanted to do, I would do, but I was neglecting myself and not getting the things that I needed done for me. And that happens. A lot of women do that. And so while I was building him up to do all these things, you turn around and say, oh, well, you know what? I can't help you because now we're not together. Well, when we were together, I was helping you get all these wonderful things. And now you're set up to move on and do whatever. But I'm still here with these kids and have to figure out what I'm supposed to do. So no, I'm sorry. I do feel like that's ridiculous to some degree. And that the fact that that's like how guys do that. They'll be like, oh, that's your fault. You helped me. See, but we're not supposed to live like that. And I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live under the fact that we're not together, so I helped you do all these wonderful things, and now we're not together. I can't get the help that I need. Now, I'd be different if we didn't have kids. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if he didn't help me get the stuff I need. But since we have children, and I want my children to have the best life, and I hope he does too. And so I want the best for my kids, and I know he does. So at the end of the day, this is how it works. If I'm doing well, our children are doing well. If you're doing well, our children are doing well. So the top priority on my list, fuck all the middle bullshit. If you want to say everything I'm saying doesn't sound cool to you or whatever, fuck all the bullshit. If you want your kids to be successful and have the things that you want them to have, you need to work together. Point blank. And I'll be honest, I work together more than most people do with their parents. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Sometimes I don't want to go help him if his car gets broke. I don't want to go do that because I'm like, oh, damn, I got other things I got to do. But in my mind, I don't see it like that. I see it as, you know what? He needs to be successful so he can take care of these children. Because if something happens to me, he don't got nobody. It's just him. And he's going to be here with these children. So I want to make sure he can do what he needs to do. And I hope he feels the same about me. And that's where I was been trying to convey to him that what I say is what I say. I've been saying this for years. And I've made it that way in my mind. That's the life I want to live with the people that I've been with or have children with. If right now, if I have another son, if his dad came to me, and he's done it before, and said, he really wanted to move and be closer to his son, all that, I was willing right there to help him. I didn't care if he had a girlfriend. I didn't care none of that. Because at the end of the day, when they're doing well, your children are doing well. That's how it should be. And if you need to organize, or if he's like, oh, I'm really looking for this job and I just don't know what to do, and you have the skill set to assist, why are we not assisting? For what? I don't have any animosity towards anyone. I'm not angry towards anyone. If I was angry, I wouldn't help you. That's real honest. If I was angry, if I didn't like you, I would not help you. But for me, when women do this and they say, oh, you're giving too much, all that, and is he? I do understand there are women, unfortunately, we've gotten to the point where people can't trust each other. But I'm very honest, and I'm very upfront, and I like to make sure I'm trying to do the best I can, do the right thing in life. And so for someone to come and say, oh, you're paying too much, is he? And then I'm like, okay, so when you're here too, if you're part of this, I don't see what y'all see. When my partners get together with someone else, in my mind is, okay, now you're part of this group, so what we doing? That is what I see. Because if you need something now, I got you. That's how I see it. If you're my ex's partner, long-term partner, hopefully, if that's the case, my mind has changed. You're going to be around my children. You're going to help raise them. Your income, whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to be successful in, is going to be part of what my children are doing. I don't see the switch where it's like, oh, they're doing better, they're doing good. Okay. Are they taking these kids too? Are they paying for some of these children? Please do. Because I want you to be successful, and I hope you hope for me. But I want y'all to, if you guys want to go on a trip, and you're like, I know I gotta go leave the kids. Can is it okay? I'd probably say yes. I'd probably say, oh, we're gonna get married and we're gonna go on a honeymoon, and I want to see the kids. Okay. And I wish they would do the same for me. And I know for guys, the rules are kind of different because they don't have the kids anyway. So you're like, oh, if they want to go home, they can just go do whatever they want. And that's why girls get mad. Women get mad. Because men have this thing where they leave a woman. It's like they gain back this freedom. Women, when they leave a man, they don't gain freedom. They gain, this stress of being by themselves. And that's not how it should be. These kids are still half yours. We went in on them half, and society has made it that it's like that. So for me, in my mind, when women ask that, and you say, oh, well, you giving too much money. And I'm saying, well, tell me how we can give less. If you have a plan, please come with it. Because I'm all about making it better. I'm all about making it better. But I'm not about making it worse for my children. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So how I see it, it's a little bit different. And, I have, I've lived with an ex and a boyfriend and lived in that environment. And I'll tell you honestly, that was like the best time of my life with my kids and everything. We all helped on everything. We participated. We did group things together. All my children were together with each other. We were a family in a unit, and we moved as such. And that is why when I started, people asked me when I started being poly, I was doing that. And I didn't label it as that and say it out like that. I wasn't out talking about it. But I was like that because I see it as most people's lives, you're going to end up being in a situation where you have to work with others. You may not be in a relationship with them mentally. So I know poly may not be the label for it, but the organization and the thought process of what it does for the people who are in it, the children, the partners and all that, is actually very positive. It's very positive to have a group of people functioning as a group to work on what they need to work on for the success of your unit. And that is what I stress for. It's not, oh, I got my baby dad doing this. I got my baby. No, it's not. No, I don't go around bragging about that. I don't do that. I've never have, because that's not my goal. My goal is not to make you look like a punk. My goal is not to make you look like somebody's taking advantage of you. My goal is that these kids get what they need. That if something happens to me, you can take care of it. That's always my goal. Because if these kids weren't here, then we wouldn't even have this conversation. We wouldn't have this conversation. And we would just be friends, and I say hi to you. And if you need help, maybe one day, if you ask me, I may be there. It may be good to network with me. I might know something you may not know. But other than that, it wouldn't be to that point when finances would come into play. Or assistance. But it is what it is. And so we move forward in that manner. And when women come to us, I said to us, see how I even talk like a group. If they come to him and want to be with him, they should know that this is part of what it is. You don't have to be my best friend. I understand that may make you uncomfortable. I get that. But the group works as a group. And that includes you. I'm not letting you go out here, running out here looking crazy and not having what you need. Not me. Not me. Nope. Because we're functioning as a group. That's how I see it. So, I wanted to bring that up because I know sometimes things happen to me and I want to talk on it. And so this is just like I said, a little short story, put on this makeup, but I definitely, want to encourage women to be, more open-minded to being a functioning group. Exes, most of the time y'all doing it, but you're just arguing in between about petty things that do not matter. and you don't function right, and it's silly. Because I'm gonna tell you, most of these men, after they had two, 3 baby mamas, they usually start just staying with y'all 3 or whatever how many, and they just go running around you 3. They don't really add new ones, and the reason is because those are the ones that he's attracted to. He knows your way. He doesn't want anything new. He knows what's up. He has kids with you guys. He wants to share in that moment. So y'all functioning together in a positive manner is not dumb. It's not stupid. And if you really think about it, it just makes sense. It makes sense. Dividing yourself makes things harder and stressful, and children, all of that stuff. There's nothing positive out of being in a negative space with someone. It's not. So, I don't want to be in that space with anyone. So hopefully, I know he asked me to put up videos sometimes, but I don't have an issue. Like I said, sometimes I don't want to talk to people or something. That's just because, sometimes I have to fill their space out. And I've told them that, when you meet someone's ex, sometimes as a person, you don't know what they're on. So you need to kind of be in that moment, because there are some people who are unfortunately not nice and aren't on the same path as us. And that's why when when you're dating and all that, it's important to meet your boyfriend's new person and all that, and be positive with that, not fake positive. Yeah. So that is basically my little spiel. I'm still not done with this makeup, but I definitely want to encourage you ladies to be able and willing to have a conversation, work with someone. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, it's probably not gonna work the first time, because they're not used to someone trying to work with them. They're used to someone trying to BS and be negative. And it might take a minute. It probably won't work the first time. I might have to have a few conversations. I have to know that she may be in a negative space because she's already on the defense. Know that, because that's what you're gonna get. Unless they're poly, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. You set the tone. And you keep working in it, because that's who you are. That's what you have to do. And if you're not that person and you don't want to deal with it, I understand that. Then don't talk to that person. But over here, that's what it is. That is what it is. And that's how I function. So if someone comes into my unit, be ready to be a team. Because that's all we doing over here, is being a team and making stuff happen. And if you're against that, I'm going to have a problem. That's basically it. Only time I have an issue, and you can add any of my partners, only have an issue is when you fuck with my money, my time, my kids. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. You can fuck me all day. You mess with that shit, that's a problem. That would make me lose it. That will make me lose it. Other than that, I don't really care. You cannot like how I look. You cannot like how I talk. Don't care. That you messing with my kids or anything like that. And they're all kind of linked. The things I named are linked together. My money is my time. My time goes to my kids. And my money goes to my kids. So if you're fucking with any of those things either way, you're kind of fucking with all 3. So basically, don't do it. Just don't do it. Other than that, I don't really care. I don't really mind. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So this is my look. Isn't that awesome? See, I didn't do a lot. Like, this is like my daytime. I don't think I even put eyeshadow on. Maybe I should. I don't know. I like to keep it simple in the morning. Sometimes I put on eyeshadow. I'm thinking about it, because I have a new palette actually. But I just want to leave that, guys, to you. But I'll show you my little new palette I got. It was $1. Sometimes, I'm going to be honest, you live in a little place, right? There's a lot of Caucasian people. What happens is, or even the other way around, they'll have your makeup for cheap on sale because they don't sell it. And then you go pick it up, and then you're like, oh, snap. I got that. I mean, this thing was like, what, $14 and shit? I don't know, maybe $4. Something like that. But it's still, I got it for $1. Yeah, LA color. Yes, probably this is probably at a Dollar Tree or something like that. But anyway, I got it for $1. So if you get some makeup like that, like this pencil, I got for $1. But they're browns, so I get a lot of browns and things like that on sale. But thank you guys for listening to my story. I'm going to keep it short, and then we'll come back, have another poly conversation, and I'll see you guys next time.